Hello! We're going to continue graphing parabolas today, similar to what we did in last class, except notice a few things have changed. The directions have changed. We're now being asked to solve for the variable. And then the other thing is that instead of being equal to y or being equal to f of x, we're now equal to 0. That means that we want to figure out where does y equal to 0, where does y equal 0, and therefore we get our x values. Okay, so wherever y is 0, that's going to be the x's that we want that make this equation true, which is us solving this equation. So let's handle this by graphing, and anytime we want to graph a parabola, the first thing we need to figure out is where we're going to start by graphing it, the dead center, the vertex. And this allows us to get our x-coordinate, the negative b over 2a. Well, in this, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 5. And we plug these numbers in. So the opposite of b gets me negative 6 over 2 times a is 1, 2 times 1. Negative 6 over 2 gets me a negative 3. So let's make our xy chart. And we'll put negative 3 in the center of it. And we're going to surround negative 3 with the other integers. Here are the ones bigger than it. Here are the ones less than it. And let's see what we get when we plug these things in. So we'll do negative 1 first. So I have negative 1 squared plus 6 times negative 1 plus 5 for a result of, well, 1 squared is 1 plus 6 times negative 1, which is a minus 6, plus 5. So 1 minus 6 is negative 5, plus 5, that gets me 0. And we should know by now that if negative 1 gets a result of 0, negative 5 should also get a result of 0. So we're at negative 1, 0, and negative 5, 0. And there's that. Let's do negative 2. If we put negative 2 in, we get negative 2 squared plus 6 times negative 2 plus 5, which is, well, let's see, that gets me 4, plus 6 times negative 2 is a minus 12, plus 5. So I get, well, 4 minus 12 is negative 8, plus 5 puts me at negative 3, which also would be the case for negative 4. So let's go to negative 2 comma negative 3, negative 4 comma negative 3, and we'll finish by doing negative 3. So negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 5. So I get 9 minus 18 plus 5. Well, 9 minus 18 is negative 9 plus 5 gives me a result of negative 4. And here's negative 3, negative 4. And so this is what my parabola looks like, where this y equals instead of x equals. But again, we want to know where is y going to be equal to 0. And we see that that happens where my x is negative 1 and my x is negative 5. So actually our solutions to this, when we say solve, x is equal to negative 1 or it's equal to negative 5. We have these two answers that make this thing true. And this problem is done.